Good news if you ever wanted to see Megatron get punched by a Megazord. This week Hasbro announced that they've bought the rights to Power Rangers, among other Saban-owned properties. Earlier this year, Hasbro paid $22 million to Saban for the toy licensing rights to Power Rangers, but deciding they wanted to own the whole morphing grid, a deal was made to purchase the Rangers outright, along with several other brands, for another $500 million. This is the second time that Haim Saban has let go of the Power Rangers since launching them in 1993. The franchise was bought out by Disney in 2001 until Saban bought them back in 2010. Hasbro has stated that Haim Saban will continue to serve the franchise in a consulting position moving forward. The deal is expected to close this summer, with the first Hasbro products coming out in spring of 2019. In other news, this week DC Comics officially announced the name of their upcoming streaming service, DC Universe. Very few details have been revealed about what the lineup for the streaming service will entail, but we do know of 4 new shows that'll be exclusive to the platform. Titans, originally in development for TNT, has been in production hell since 2014, but will finally find a home on DC's new site. Likewise, the long-awaited 3rd season of Young Justice will air on the platform, no doubt drawing the attention of the fiercely dedicated fanbase that has been waiting 5 years for new content. Last November, it was announced that an animated series centering on Harley Quinn would also be joining the lineup, and most recently, Swamp Thing has been added to the list. 4 shows is great and all, but there are still many questions to be had. Will the streaming service get the Timverse shows, or the recent DC animated movies? And what about live action? Will we see Tim Burton Batman movies on there? Here's one. Is the service limited to video, or is DC looking to make a digital comic service to compete with Marvel Unlimited? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. Speaking of Marvel, if you were wondering what Scott Lang was doing during the Infinity War, a new trailer for AntMen and the Wasp sheds a little light on the subject. Well, not really, considering it's likely the movie won't be taking place in a post-Infinity War world, but still, let's face it, we could all use a laugh right now. Oh, and Lawrence Fishburne is Goliath. Tell him to stay away from any clones of Thor. Over in video games, when did Capcom start liking Mega Man again? Celebrating the Blue Bomber's 30th anniversary... Wait a second, Mega Man turned 36 months ago, in 2017. Oh, Capcom. Anyway, belatedly celebrating Mega Man's 30th anniversary, Capcom has teamed up with IM 8-Bit to develop a limited run of physical cartridges for Mega Man 2 for the NES and Mega Man X for the SNES. The pricey collector's items come with a possibly glow-in-the-dark cartridge along with lovingly restored packaging, but if $100 is too much to feed your nostalgia, don't forget that the Mega Man X Legacy Collection is coming out this July. Finally, in Blizzard news, a new map has been introduced to the Overwatch Map pool. Fresh from the latest event, Rialto is an escort map that has you delivering crates of wine to a Talon headquarters, at any cost. Heading into new releases, you might as well just go see Infinity War again, because what else are you gonna do? Watch Jim Carrey go dramatic again in Dark Crimes. Yeah, Jim Carrey and his beard are detectives that get obsessed with a mystery writer they're convinced is actually a murderer. Okay, whatever. What's on television? Hey, BattleBots is coming back, this time on Discovery. Haven't watched that since high school. Speaking of which, Bill Nye is also back for a 3rd season of Saving the World on Netflix. And if you want some real nostalgia, Rocky and Bullwinkle are coming to Amazon Prime and...
You know what this means?
He's seen your underwear?
You know what? No, never mind. In books, if you need some more T'Challa in your life right now, you might want to pick up the paperback edition of Black Panther, Who is the Black Panther? A novel by Jesse Holland adapting the Reginald Hudlin comic story of the same name. Over in video games, releasing on PC this week is Trailblazers, a kind of cross between F-Zero and Splatoon. This racing game has a neat mechanic of painting the track, which gives you a boost of speed on your next lap. Next up, Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition is hitting all of the platforms. This package deal gives you the base game and all of the previously released DLC in one download. First Winter is a horror game throwing back to the PlayStation 1 style of graphics. Not actually sure what the gameplay is about, but it looks neat. And for a good old RPG Maker entry, Dungeon Quest. And look, Akash Balu, I'm not gonna say I'm impressed with the creativity on the screen here, but you started something and hopefully we'll finish it. And that's not nothing. Meanwhile, Raging Justice looks like it would be a mildly popular arcade game in 1998. Too bad it is not 1998. For a higher profile title, there's Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, and while an award-winning game about building a pirate crew and hunting down a rogue god sounds pretty great, it's hard to ignore the fact that the first third of this trailer is just NPCs slowly running. Deadfall Tropics, on the other hand, really does look great. Seriously. Considering the death counter, I have a feeling it might be hard as balls, but the art and gameplay look solid. This looks like something I might have played on a PC back in the early 90s, but in a good way. And finally on PC, Fortune 499. I don't know what I'm looking at. I know I'm looking at something, maybe an RPG set in a mundane office place, but whatever it is, I'm intrigued. And for the Switch owners out there, it's time to kick it into gear third because One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 Deluxe Edition is hitting the Switch. So if you want your Dynasty Warriors One Piece on the go, this is your best bet. Wrapping things up with this week's awesome video, Wisecrack looks at the philosophy of Avengers Infinity War and uses it to make some predictions about what we might see in Avengers 4, so watch it, but, spoiler warning.
This is one of moral philosophy's all-time classic debates, one that we've talked about before, utilitarian consequentialism versus deontology. To briefly summarize, utilitarian consequentialism defines actions as ethical if they achieve a positive outcome for the most people, no matter what one must do to achieve those ends. Deontology, on the other hand, is a duty-based ethic that suggests that no outcomes can justify heinous things like murder.
That's everything for this week, so what do you want to see about DC Universe? Share your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, pass this video around to your friends, and have a great week!